Good afternoon, ISC fans, and welcome back to GDT First Energy Veterans Memorial Fields. Blair Sedford, Joe Todd with you this afternoon as we get going with our second cycle of the games here on the ISC Network and Softball Premier TV.
Game will feature Team 518 from Amsterdam, New York, against the St. Thomas Elgins. Elgins won the flip, so they will be the home team for this game. The starting battery for the St. Thomas Elgins on the mound, Alex Bayerjean, and catching, Brady Stafford. The leadoff batter for the Team 518, Brian Johnson in the outfield, Mitch Roy in center, Troy Cook in right, Paul Grasby at third, Robbie Black at shortstop, Tyler Mosier at second, Tyler Annett at first base. Pitching will be Alex Bayerjean, and catching will be Brady Stafford. Leadoff batter for the Team 518, Amsterdam, New York. Leadoff batter, left fielder, Dustin Rutt. He'll be followed up by Greg Musk, then Juan Garalini. Nice Kelly green uniforms on the St. Thomas Elgins. I love that. Rutt deep in the box. Bayerjean with the pitch and release. A little wide of the plate. Stafford had to run and get that one. Have to find his pitch spot. That's all, his release point. Bayerjean with his rock. And released a little high out of the zone. 2 balls to Rutt. Strike called there. A little low, but caught the edge of the strike zone. Two balls, 1 strike. Higher than outside. Great hitters count here now, 3-1. Dustin Rutt takes the walk on 5 pitches. Greg Musk now batting, center fielder, today's game. Bayerjean having a rough time at the plate right now. Three and 0, really high. Just can't pull it down. Thrown 1 strike so far out of 8 pitches. Nice little strike there, missed by Greg Musk. Got to work his way back in the count now. 3-1, sorry. Sits down Musk on a strike for the first out of the game. First K in the book for Alex Byers-Jean. Juan Garolini now at the plate. Dustin Rutt at first base. Got on by way of a walk. One strike to Garolini. Just a good rip on that by Garolini, but didn't get all of it. Byers-Jean starting to try to find that strike zone now. Pulled it down a little bit lower. So important to find that release point. Really good mounds they have here now, too, with the brick clay underneath really supporting. Sitting down Garolini with the second strikeout of the game. Fetty. Go ahead, Blair.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Joe, he's found that release point. He managed to get the drop ball down into the zone. Everything was up above the letters the first couple of batters, but looks like he's settled in.
Yeah. This will be Alex Byers-Jean's probably rookie of time at the ISC, too, I believe. I don't think he's been here before. I know I've called a few games for him at the Canadian Juniors, and he was with the Quebec team.
Yeah, Canadian, the Quebec Juniors, and we had him with Townsend against the Gremlins at the Chiefs Challenge.
Chiefs Challenge, yep.
Earlier this summer, and he threw a real good game at the Gremlins that day.
Rutt gets down on a wild pitch to second base. Fetty Olheiser now at the plate. 2 down. 2 strikeouts by Byers-Jean. 2 balls to Fetty.
Well, Fetty Olheiser, Joe, another one of these guys from that 2012 Argentina team. We talked about that in the prior game with Cisco Lombardo. Olheiser, same thing.
Yes. I remember with him with a couple of Minnesota teams too, right? Last year, Sir Brett Ledger's team?
I think so, yes, with the Ostrander Norseman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
And
3-1 count to Olheiser. Sitting Olheiser now down to a full count now, 3-2, I believe.
Well, he's just reached back and thrown the last 2 as hard as he can.
Yeah, he's trying to give it as best he can, yep. A walk to Olheiser, second walk of the inning. Funny inning here for Byers-Jean. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. The both sides of the coin.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to find the strike zone and be consistent with it. I'm just struggling a little bit right now.
Cisco Sabate now at the plate. Runner at scoring position over at third base now. Ball hit up the middle. Good play by the shortstop, Robbie Black, to toss over to Mosier for the final out of the inning. Great play by Mosier. Sabate got on by way of fielder's choice.
So Alex Ballerjean gets the St. Thomas Elgins into and then out of trouble with a fine defensive play by Robbie Black to get him out of the fire. That's the lineup for Team 518 that we just saw. For the St. Thomas Elgins, they're going to lead off with Mitch Roy, then Brian Johnson. Paul Grasby will bat third. Randy Gray, the designated player in the cleanup spot. Brady Stafford, Tyler Annett, Troy Cook, Tyler Mosher, and Robbie Black in the 9 spot. There you go for the St. Thomas Elgins. They resurrected that name from the 1970s, I thought I heard. Defensively, Dustin Rutt, Greg Musk, and Matt Dickey left to right across the outfield. Olheiser, Rogie, and Sabate on the infield for Team 518. Martin Gonzalez on the board for 518, and Juan Garolini. 518, of course, the area code for upstate New York. Amsterdam, New York is where this team is based out of. Martin Gonzalez, Joe Todd, last year with Hill United Chiefs, won a championship with the Chiefs, and moving over here to 518 as
always changes.
I was just going to say, I was trying to work in a change analogy there, and nothing came to mind immediately, so I got stuck. But, Martin Gonzalez. And a good opportunity for him to be the guy here. It's obviously not going to be the guy with the Hill United Chiefs with Marco Diaz in the camp. So go back to 2018, 2019. He spent some time with the Circle Tap Dukes. He spent a season, I believe, maybe 2 with the Drillers organization. The Hallman Twins pitching behind Huemo Mata. And this is a good opportunity here for Gonzalez to be the guy. Well, that one comes in from the stands, but we're not supposed to be waiting for balls coming in from the stands.
Yes. Have to discuss that with our blue crew.
Just overthrew that one a little bit. Gonzalez, of course, from Parna in Argentina. Been a member of their national team over the years. I don't think consistently, however, but he's always in that mix. They got a lot to choose from down there, don't they? With Roman Godoy, Huemo Mata, Pablo Migliavaca.
How about we just call it the pitching factory?
Well, yeah. I mean, some of these young stars that are coming up, too, now with Nowell Signs and Juan Pepe, who pitched a real good game yesterday for the Midland Explorers. Good at bat here, though, by Mitch Roy. He's fouled
fighting
off a couple. He's hanging tight here. Tom Eady is down in the third base coach's box, and he's on the organizing committee here, too, isn't he, Joe? So he's wearing a number of hats, and then he'll also coach in the Legends division with the Bear Creek Storm. This one's hammered and caught by the shortstop, Calder Rogie. And, boy, good thing that was hit at him, Joe, because if he had to go 2 steps either way, he's not going to make it. This one is right on the screws, but right at the shortstop.
Good alert play there by Rogie. Start the game. That's what you want. A ball hit real hard at you, right off the hop.
Called strike on the outside corner to Brian Johnson. I recognize that logo that he's got on his helmet. That's the Glencoe Astros logo. I was just saying to Dean Oscar, who's sitting up in the stands behind us in between games, he was asking about ball in the area. And I said, well, no, there's a good league here. The South Middlesex League has the Glencoe Astros, has the St. Thomas Storm in the league. They've got Highgate Rock and a number of others. I'm not going to remember them all here, but it's a good league down here in the area.
I think it's 11 teams right now.
Yeah, they go probably an hour in each direction. I mean, Highgate's close to an hour west of here still, and then they go over to Alvinston and Appin and Dutton and places like that. I know for those who aren't familiar with your southwestern Ontario geography, you're wondering what I'm talking about. It's up, basically it's up and down Highway 401 and a little bit north and south of the 401 area. Glencoe, of course, where the secondary facility here this week, and we've got streaming from Glencoe. Hopefully you're enjoying all of the streaming that we're bringing here to you this week as Brian Johnson swings and misses that one up over his eyes. We've got 2 channels going through Softball Premier TV on YouTube, and there's also continuous live streaming from the second diamond here at the JDT First Energy Fields on the Bear Creek Sports and Entertainment Media YouTube channel. Terrific numbers from the games yesterday. Couldn't hold up going around as Paul Grasby.
Crowd has really picked up this afternoon now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was a couple of comments about attendance yesterday. From what I heard, the front diamond, because we're on the back, even though this is the main facility, this is from the gate. This is the second diamond in, and I saw a couple of comments here and there, but I mean, it's blazing hot. This is a brand new facility. There's no shade up here in the grandstands, so you've got to bring an umbrella or something like that. If you didn't bring that, you were probably seeking shade yesterday. I heard from the organizers that they were thrilled with the overall attendance here yesterday on day one. The pavilion was full. Both of the pavilions actually were full. The third one is being used for games control and photos and things like that. But when I talked with Ray Pavey, he said, no, we were quite happy with the way day one went. The stands were pretty full up on the front diamond. We had a halfway decent crowd here in the second one. Yeah, it is starting to fill in a little bit, and we'll continue to build to opening ceremonies, and then the defending champions, Hill United Chiefs, on this diamond immediately after opening ceremonies. That game probably a 6:15, 6:30 start, thereabouts. In for strike 3, so a pair of strikeouts to end the inning for Martin Gonzalez after that line shot. Through one complete, we're scoreless. Team 518, St. Thomas Elgins, just getting underway in the second cycle here on day 2 at the ISC World Tournament.
Sure.
Brock Rogie to lead things off for Team 518, second baseman, and his brother Calder up the middle. 3-4 Hopper out to second, and Tyler Mosher will put that one away.
Good softball going to Mosier. Wants to get that one early. All the infielders want to touch that ball early in the game. That was a nice 3 or 4 bouncer. Picked it up cleanly, underhand toss. Now he's ready for the hard shot.
And sometimes, Joe, you'd rather have that hard 1 or 2 hopper because by the time that 3rd, 4th bounce gets to you, you have no idea where that's going. High fly in the infield, calling for it out at third, and putting that away is Paul Grasby. That was Zach Shaw, the designated player for 518. So number 11, Matt Dickey. Good zip there from Baller Jean as he brings that in. Wow, about 72, 73, but up off the outside corner. Tough pitch to lay off, but also tough pitch to make contact with. Brady Stafford, I've known Brady's dad Paul for a long time and always enjoy getting to reconnect with Brady as well.
I can remember I think I met Brady personally, 2005 when we were in Kitchener, and his dad drove him up because he wanted to meet us in the broadcast booth.
Well, I flew down, and that one is called inside a strike. We'll pick up that story on the flip side. A much quicker inning for Baller Jean and the St. Thomas Elgins in the top of the second. We'll go to the home half. Still looking for a run in this one. So Randy Gray will lead things off for St. Thomas. Randy Gray, Brady Stafford, Tyler Annett. But just to finish the story about Brady Stafford, because he's coming up on deck, I remember riding down to Fargo in 2004 with Paul Stafford. Flew into Winnipeg. I met Paul there and a couple of the guys on their team. I remember it might have been the Shedden team. Would that ring a bell with you guys? Sounds about right. And drove down with them from Winnipeg down to Fargo, about a 4.5 hour drive.
I did that too, but we rented some vans.
Yeah, you guys were a flight cycle ahead of me, I think, if I remember right. That's only 22 years ago.
That was my longest stop in customs ever.
Well, I think everybody got yanked over that year. Randy Gray chases this one upstairs, and then a little slip there defensively by Garolini's. He fired that one right past Fetty Olheiser down at third. 3 in a row now for Martin Gonzalez. We'll bring up the aforementioned Brady Stafford. Brady, cattle farmer, I believe, right?
Yes. Him and his dad have a big beef operation.
In for a strike. Joe, the Blue Crew here on this one this afternoon.
Home plate is Eric Bodden from Colorado. Robbie Sidegrove is at first base, and Dave Harrington from Ontario is at third base. We got to figure out the location for Sidegrove. I'll do that in between games.
All right.
He could be our international boy.
Well, I think he might be, because an umpire who looked a lot like him had a Softball New Zealand shirt on at the Hall of Fame breakfast this morning. Swing and a miss here by Brady Stafford. What a great Hall of Fame breakfast this morning. Joe, you and I have been to 20 plus of these over the years, and this one, for me at least anyway, was certainly in the top 5, maybe the top 3. Some terrific recipient acceptances. Dean Oscar, our former ISC president, spoke very well. Ian Fairman, who, I mean, I know Ian, but I don't know him that well. But John Stewart, the former coach of Team Canada, who was inducting Jeff Ellsworth, he said that's the most he's ever heard Ian Fairman say in the 15 years he was on the national team. But a great speech from Ian Fairman. Jeff Ellsworth, of course, as you would expect, very well spoken. Lucas Mata. I honestly did not know that he knew English as well as he did. And he and Huemo Mata, very well done from them. Fouled off at the plate by Brady Stafford. Of course, Greg Leather spoke on behalf of Bruce Tansky. Unfortunately, due to health issues, Bruce Tansky unable to join us from Clifton Park, New York. But we were streaming it through the Facebook page today, and Greg Leather spoke very well, at least from what I could hear of Greg's speech. He spoke very well on behalf of Bruce Tansky.
And a great on-time itinerary. It was over at 11:40 this morning. No, 12:40. 10:40. Yeah, that's right, 20 to 11.
Yeah, that's the just about the quickest
ISC
Hall of Fame breakfast we've had. And
Great.
it never felt rushed.
No.
You know, we started breakfast on time as Brady Stafford works a one-out walk. We started breakfast right at 8 o'clock. Larry Lynch, the MC, kept us on time. And kudos to everybody who was involved in the organizing committee for the ISC Hall of Fame. A terrific breakfast this morning. We're hoping to get some of the ISC Hall of Famers in here still this afternoon. There's a line shot by Tyler Annett. Laces that one into the 5.5 hole between short and third. Nothing that shortstop Calder Rogie could do about that one.
Tyler's again another second-generation fastball player. Tyler's father, Dan, was a great ball player down here, played with the St. Thomas Memorial League. Always came through with clutch hits.
Troy Cook, right fielder for St. Thomas. Can't catch up to that one from Martin Gonzalez, 76. Gonzalez's best pitch, Joe, I've always thought was the rise ball and get that pitch elevated up and out of the zone.
Yeah, his drop is okay. He's worked on it a lot lately.
Well, there's trying to overthrow the rise.
He's got to stay with him. Gonzalez with 31 pitches so far in the game.
And that's a little flare. That's going to get over the head of Brock Rogie. And around to score comes Brady Stafford. An RBI single for Troy Cook. And that gets the St. Thomas Elgins out in front by 1.
Cook just taking that ball the other way, driving it over the second baseman's head. Brock Rogie driving in the first run.
Tyler Mosher. He chases the rise ball upstairs. And again, can't catch up to the rise ball from Gonzalez. Long look in from Martin. And again, chases upstairs. Mosher can't lay off those 3 rise balls from Martin Gonzalez. He just went a little higher, a little harder with the last couple of pitches, and no way to hold back.
Climb that ladder.
So Robbie Black, who made that nice play in the first to end the first. And he can't hold back on the rise ball. And Joe, Robbie Black, I want to see go back to, 2016? I think he was on that Team Canada U19 team down in Midland.
I know he was on the team that went to Prince Albert. I broadcasted out there that year.
Yeah, I think he was one of the younger players on that team in 16, and then he was on the 18 team in Prince Albert. Of course, the age groups were a little bit different back then, and he went around again, just can't lay off that high pitch. Used to be that it was a U19 team and then a men's team. Now we've got a U18 and a U23. Can't get him to chase on that one.
Yeah, there's quite the philosophy there. At that time, there was thinking that there was just too big of an age gap between going 8 to 18 and how many players were dropping out and not making a senior men's team and not wanting to play against the top competition. That's why they moved that age bracket up from 21 to 23.
Well, it was 19. It was
19.
Too much of a jump from 19. To, as you said, to the men's group. And so they added that U23 division and they dropped the U19 to U18.
Yeah. Found out they were losing ball players.
Yeah.
Which we don't want.
No, we do not. Martin Gonzalez kicks up 3 more strikeouts, but an RBI single by Troy Cook scores Brady Stafford, who had worked a walk. St. Thomas out in front, 1-0 through 2 complete.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage Technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business. All right, Joe, we'll go to the top of the third inning for Team 518. It'll be Calder Rogie in the 9 spot, and then back to the top of the shop, Dustin Rutt and Greg Musk. We're into the full 4-game cycles, Joe, today. It was just 3 in a cycle yesterday, and it's a busy day here at the ISC World Tournament. In that first round of games, Walton Brewers, 6-3 winners over the CanWest Thunder, and then, boy, the Highgate Rock involved in another snowball fight again today. They took on the Broken Bow Blazers as Rogie trying to bun his way aboard. That one just falls foul. 11-8 for now Highgate, Joe. Yesterday they scored 11. Today they scored 8, but they've been on the short end both times. They've scored 19 runs and lost both games. You would not have thought that.
No. And Toronto Batman defeated the Delisle Diamond Dogs 7-0, and Prince George River Kings defeated the Bushland Kodiaks 11-0 on that final. We got some games in the progress right now.
Well, we'll come back to that in a minute, but there's an interesting score that will get you caught up on with the Northeast Drillers in a minute. Just off the plate to Calder Rogie from Alex Ballerjean. Joe Oswegan Redmond, who we've seen a lot of this year. They are up on the Northeast Drillers right now, 3-0. That game is opposite us, I believe. It's just in the bottom of the second. But that is on the front diamond here at the JDT facility.
PA Storm and Sebringville Sting are 0-0. Seattle Dirt Dogs are 2-1 winners over the, in the game, or 3-1 now. Just changed it immediately.
Just while we're watching it.
Right, and watching it against the Chippewa Chiefs. And the game we're watching in progress here is St. Thomas 1 and Team 518. No score yet.
We'll call it Rogie down on strikes, leading off the third. I guess back to the top of the shop, Dustin Rutt. Walked, got as far as third in the first inning. Dustin, a former ISC 2 MVP when the Bear Bottom Lodge squad, they won ISC 2 back, that's, I want to say 2021 in Eldridge in Iowa. It was,
weren't they the first team that kind of brought over the Czech players?
In 2018, 2019, 2018, I want to say they had Michael Holobratic. Yeah. Yeah, because when we were just talking about this earlier, he was in that 2016 cohort at the Midland World Juniors that year with Randerson and Chapman and Koyama and Holobratic and some others.
Yeah, it was a great crew, a great tournament down there.
Yeah. Yeah, just about all of them have gone on to varying degrees of success. It's unfortunate that a back injury has taken Daniel Chapman out of the game. Koyama, most famously, is down on strikes looking, goes Dustin Rutt. On the losing end of that 9-inning affair with Hoimo Mata in the 2019 World Cup Championship game. Koyama, of course, with Japan, and Mata with Argentina. Ballerjean's on a run here, Joe. 3 straight strikeouts.
Finding his groove.
5 on the game. Greg Musk fouls that one back into the screen. Greg down on strikes in the first. As you said, Joe, it was kind of a tale of two cities. It was a couple of walks sandwiched around a couple of strikeouts, and then had to rely on the defense to kind of rescue.
That could have been a turning point of the game right there.
Yeah, that could have been 1, maybe 2 runs for 5-1-8 if that one sneaks through. Swing and a miss. Ballerjean was not on that Canadian U23 team, Joe, that went down to Columbia. And some people thinking maybe that was a bit of a miss. Strikes out the side here, including 2 looking. 6 on the game now for Ballajean. He's looking pretty good so far for the St. Thomas Elgins. We'll go to the home half of the third. The Elgins out in front 1-0, looking to build on that. It's day 2 of the ISC World Tournament.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that. A fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca.
Well, back to the top of the shop for the St. Thomas Elgins. Mitch Roy hit it on the screws his last time up, Joe, but it was right at the shortstop. Called a Rogie. Right man, right place.
Great play. He was advanced scouting is just saying that's where he's going to hit this ball, and I'm going to stay right here. I ain't moving.
Well, he didn't need to move for that one. Good swing there by Waugh. Waugh, Brian Johnson, and Paul Grasby. Top 3 batters in the order for the Elgins. It was the middle of the order. Brady Stafford, who had walked, and then Tyler Annett, a single, and Troy Cook, the RBI single. Hey, Joe, this was one of those games I had circled on my personal schedule here as what I thought was going to be a real competitive ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Ballajean has thrown some real good games over the summer. And St. Thomas, I felt maybe a little bit underranked coming into the tournament. 5-1-8. They've won a couple of tournaments this year, including Sable Forks, so they're qualified for next year's World Tournament already. That will be in Saskatoon.
Hey, Jake, come on. Face that ball forward here. Come on.
Around that same time frame, the second Saturday of August.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the 9th to the 16th, just the way the calendar moves.
Yeah, I imagine it won't be a leap year, so, yep.
So Waugh works a leadoff walk. Keep an eye on him as those do tend to come around the score about 2/3 of the time. Brian Johnson was down on strikes in the first. See if Tom Eadie's got some small ball in mind. He does. And that pitch called a strike.
Crowd's picked up with the St. Thomas team playing the game.
Well, they're local, right? I mean,
Yep.
they're, 25, 30 kilometers down the road, maybe a little bit more, but not much. And certainly, I'm sure Rich Haldane had that in mind. On the move, slow down. It gets away from Rogie, the shortstop, but no opportunity to advance. Mitch Waugh. Roy, rather, Waugh. Matty Waugh, but Mitch Roy. Spelled the same. Welcome to Canada. So runner in scoring position. And squaring again and taking again is Roy. Garolini out to just chat about the signals with Gonzalez. They'll get the notification that that is their one defensive conference. If you take the umpire with you and you're strictly talking about signals, then you're fine to go out there and do that. But you've got to be talking the signals. You can't just go out and have a strategy meeting.
Yep.
In for a strike. Gonzalez with the long look in, and chopper on the infield. Double pump by Olheiser and still gets Brian Johnson. I'm not sure, Joe, if he didn't even look at Waugh out at second base. He just double pumped it completely. Just maybe didn't have the grip on it.
Yeah, I don't think he had the grip the first time. When he transferred from the glove over to the hand, he just didn't have a good handle on it.
Well, the double pump worked because he throws out Brian Johnson. Paul Grasby takes strike one. The grounds crew, Joe, has been busy because I just see they've installed 3 flags up on the grandstand, at the top of the grandstand, right in behind home plate. And it is definitely blowing out towards center field, so we were right in our assumption about that.
Putting them up for opening ceremonies, or
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's
for
going
the
on.
anthems? And
Yep. Just misses downstairs. And again, just a reminder, coming up at the conclusion of this game, and we'll need all of the teams to get here from Glencoe, but we've got the opening ceremonies on this diamond coming up. Strike on the inside corner. Gonzalez swings that arm at the hip. Gets the sign that he likes. And now he's going to walk off the board as home plate umpire
Eric.
Bodden stepped off. And can't hold up on that rise ball. Again, Paul Grasby down on strikes for the second time here this afternoon. Randy Gray, he struggled with the rise ball as well. This one is flared out to right, but right on top of that is Matt Dickey. And St. Thomas will strand one. We'll go to top of 4. The Elgins still hanging on to that 1-0 lead through 3 complete. Luciano Lafrano doing his Forrest Gump imitation. Run, Forrest, run. He's out making some equipment changes or adjustments and sprinted back here to get us back for the top of the 4th inning. Oh, off the shoe, and he tries to glove it to first. Oh, and they called him out at first. Unbelievable play here by Alex Baller-Jean.
Didn't have time to pick it up with his.
No,
so just kind of cupped it over.
Shoveled it towards first. And yeah, maybe they got a case there on the replay, I think, Joe. But nonetheless, we don't have that here at the ISC. So
we're not taking that one to New York.
That was Juan Garolini out at first. So 1-3 off the shoe and just kind of pushed in the general direction of the bag. And a great stretch. Give full credit there to the first baseman, Tyler Annett, who is about, what, Joe, 6'2", I think.
Yeah, at least, yep.
He used most of that to his advantage there.
Good stretch by Annett.
Fetty Olheiser. That pitch just misses. This is a guy that can tie the game with one swing.
Don't want to make a mistake here. Pick a corner and stay on it.
That ball hit very hard by Garolini, and certainly no worse the wear, at least for the moment, for Baller-Jean. Swing and a miss there by Olheiser. Skipped in and blocked by Stafford, but nobody on base, so no damage done. Baller-Jean rocks, fires, and that one misses down low. So ball 4 to Fetty Olheiser. Aboard with a walk, his second of the game. And I'll bring up the veteran, Cisco Sabate. Probably right at the forefront, Joe, of the second wave of Argentine players. There was Lucas Mata, there was a couple of others, the Guarneris who were over, not many, but then Cisco Sabate and a few others.
Bruno,
yeah, absolutely. Bruno would have been in that wave as well. Great call. A water delivery for us there,
sure.
Joe. The staff here have been extraordinary. That's going to go foul, up and out of play. Yeah, good call on Bruno Matroni. We'll see Bruno in the 6:30 game immediately after opening ceremonies with the Hill United Chiefs. And this one is up on the infield. Calling for it is Grasby. He'll come across to make the grab. Baller-Jean, like every smart pitcher should, Joe,
bail.
Got out of the way.
Run to first.
Yep, get out of the way. 3-0 for the PA Storm up on top of the Sebringville Sting. Joe, right now, Sting in danger of going 0-2 to the ISC 2. Seattle Dirt Dogs, Chippewa Chiefs. That one's now 3-all. And Oswego Redmond up on the Northeast Drillers. In the preview show, we talked about the Drillers coming in as maybe the second hottest team after the Gremlins, but I mean, it's early in that one. It is
just
the third inning, but boy, if that one were to hold.
Yes.
In the dirt, Stafford can't come up with it, and Olheiser up to second with a stolen base.
Well, Shweekins had a good schedule though too. They played some tough games.
They played some tough games. They've won a couple of tournaments. They come in on a roll. They just won back-to-back Canadian Native Fast Pitch Championships. Congratulations to Oswegan on that. And chasing the rise ball upstairs is Brock Rogie. Just misses upstairs. You know, we had a couple upsets, Joe, yesterday. STK dropping a game to the Waterdown Hammer, although I don't know why we're surprised when the Waterdown Hammer beats a team ahead of them in the rankings. They always seem to come ready to play. There's a little flare. That's going to fall in on the grass. Here comes Olheiser. He'll score. And Brock Rogie has tied the game for 5-1-8.
Good clean cut single, pulling that ball together over that shortstop's head. Driving in Olheiser.
Well, and that stolen base, Joe, is the difference, right? You know, pitch low in the dirt. Stafford had no chance to come up with it.
Yeah.
And we got ourselves a tie ball game.
I gave him a wild pitch. You gave him a stolen base.
Well, I mean, it was in the dirt, but it was it was right in Stafford's feet. He didn't come up with it, but it's not like he threw it to the screen.
Yeah.
And it didn't get by him, so. And again, so 5-1-8 here have got the running shoes on all of a sudden. Zach Shaw at the plate. So we've got back-to-back diamonds here, Joe, with Zach Shaws in games. How about that? Because there's a Zach Shaw who plays shortstop or second base for the Drillers, too. Completely different spellings on Zach. One's with a C, one's with a K. Beyond that, the identical name. I don't know what the odds of that are, but I can't imagine they're that big.
And just to compliment that, we saw Darren Zach this morning.
We did see Darren Zach this morning. And we may see more of Darren Zach at around 5 o'clock. What a treat this morning, though. Bill Boyer, probably the best player in the game ever if you talk to Doug Roberts. And certainly he knows a lot.
Yeah.
But one of the best players in the game in the 80s, if not the best player in the game in the 1980s. And that might have been the heyday. The golden age for men's fast pitch. Brian Patton was here today. Best center fielder I've ever seen play for the Toronto Gators in the 1990s. Brian Patton, 17, 18 years on Team Canada. In for a strike here to Zach Shaw. Darren Zach, of course, the best pitcher in the game. In my mind, ever. I know there's a lot of people who have strong opinions on that one, but the great thing about opinions is everybody's got one.
Yep.
Upstairs, ball 4 to Shaw. And a little bit of a wobble here for Alex Ballajon in the fourth, Joe.
Well, his fourth walk of the game, his second of the inning. He had 2 walks back in the first inning as well.
Well, Tom Eady thinking the same thing that we are. Good time for a mound visit. Just settling things down a little bit. That's a good move by Tom Eady. Let's not forget, Alex Ballajon is a 22, 23-year-old player here, Joe. And I'll have to go back and double-check the records. I'm not sure if he is a newcomer this year or if he's been to the tournament previously. That's a good call-out.
Mm-hmm.
Big cut up there by Matt Dickey. Fouls that one straight back to the screen.
61 pitches for Byers on 62 now with that last one. Here in the fourth inning, which isn't a bad average. I try to say 15 or 16 pitches per inning is a maximum I like.
Yeah, you don't want to be creeping up into the high teens, into the 20s. That'll run your pitch count up pretty quickly.
And you'll be out of the game quickly. Usually.
Yes, usually.
If you have some
happened.
depth.
Yeah, something's happened to get you that high. Big cut there. Chases the drop ball down in the zone and working out of a little bit of trouble with a good drop is Alice Ballerjean. But 5-1-8 tie this one up in the top of the fourth. We'll go to the home half. We thought this was going to be a good one, and it's turned out to be as advertised.
Inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Brady Stafford to lead things off for the St. Thomas Elgins. Brady walked, came around to score, and then RBI single by Troy Cook. Good play over there by Rogie. Took a look at that one in the hole to his left. Brock Rogie showing some good range and throwing out Brady Stafford. Apologies for the silence there. We're trying to get caught up on a couple of other things that are going on around the park.
Always have to do some administration.
Well, that always seemed to grab yours and my attention. If this was the only thing we ever had to do here, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Tyler Annett slashed a single in the 5.5 hole. Joe, look how deep the plate, because he went into the hole last time out. He's almost got his heels on the grass. Punched out to left. Ranging back and making the grab is Dustin Rutt. He's made the conversion from behind the plate. Dustin used to be a catcher. It's not an easy switch from behind the plate to the outfield. You don't often see guys move that way. You go from catcher to first or DP. Troy Cook, RBI single in the second.
Troy went off field last time, took that ball a little bit over second baseman's head.
Yep, that was it was a nice bit of hitting just to go with where it was pitched. tap in the chest from Martin Gonzalez just to say, nope, my bad. And a strike on the outside corner. Gonzalez will miss down low with that one. St. Thomas trying not to go quietly here in the fourth after surrendering the tying run in the top. And in for a strike. Cook thought he had worked the walk. Any relation here to Gary Cook? Do you know?
I don't know, sorry.
Okay. Gary Cook from down this neck of the
Glen Cook.
woods. Longtime player in the 90s and early 2000s. Blows this one past Troy Cook. A 1-2-3 inning for Martin Gonzalez and 5-1-8 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll go to the top of the fifth in a tie ball game.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast.
Well, Joe, Mr. Momentum, who frequently switches sides, I feel like has made a move over to the first base dugout with Team 518. After they tied the game, a real good, quick shutdown inning. Here's a great diving play, and we can't get him with the throw. Troy Mosher made every opportunity to try and make a spectacular play leading off the top of the fifth here, but just couldn't nail the throw.
That would have been a Robbie Alomar play, that one.
You just see the throw just offline, unable to come up with it there is Annett. But Calder Rogie aboard with a single. And Dustin Rutt, top of the shop for 518. Are they going to play small ball? Squares, puts it down. Baller Jean, underhand over to first. Didn't even look at second, Joe.
I'd rather have the look. You had plenty of time to field it.
He did. That was a push bunt by Dustin Rutt, but I feel like with Baller Jean throwing underhand to first, maybe not a lot of confidence in spinning to try and make that throw.
The overhand throw.
Yeah, because he didn't even look. So Greg Musk, 2 and 3 for 518, will have an opportunity to push in the tying or the go-ahead run. But first pitch popped up. Grasby has to reach back for it. Nearly overran it by just about an arm's length. If you look at the St. Thomas bench, there's a couple of giggles in there. That was a bit
Also
of a
has to be
break.
dealing with the sun a lot too, I would think.
Well, the sun was
Maybe
a
there's
bit
a
of
cloud cover.
right now. Yeah, I mean it's in.
I guess a little bit of
behind us.
glare, but
Yeah, but yeah, he just about overran it.
Yeah.
So, Garolini, he hit the ball hard right up the middle, and it just happened to hit Ballerjean in the shoe the last time around. Hits it hard again out to left, and the throw comes in. Brady Stafford was pointing to second, and that's an ill-advised throw by Brian Johnson. They were not going to get Rogie. He was flying around third. Stafford was pointing to second all the way, and Johnson comes up throwing and gives up the extra base.
yeah, you just can't give up that extra base. Here we are past the middle point of the game now.
Fetty Olheiser, 2 walks, runs scored, a surprise stolen base, at least in my book it was a stolen base. I know you're very harsh with your scoring usually.
Well, this is the meat of the order for Team 518. So
Well, this is who you wanted up,
Yep.
and they've delivered 100%. Give credit, though, for Calder Rogie getting aboard with the single to set the table. Good bunt by Dustin Rutt, and Juan Garolini twice now hit the ball hard. And again, this one's hammered back up the middle, the other side of the second. Scoring easily was Garolini. And Joe, that extra base on the throw just cost a run.
just, yeah, exactly. You paid a price for that. Mitch Roy learned on the lesson there and just tossed that ball into second base.
Yeah, he got it into second this time. Holds Olheiser to a hard hit single. Haven't seen anybody up recently in the St. Thomas bullpen. Ballerjean, right now, this is his ball game. They've got Ben Hodgins. Tyler DeGraw can also throw. Ballerjean, Joe, just needs to take a bit of a deep breath.
Yeah. Reset.
Chopper on the infield, and that'll be an easy out there for Tyler Mosher to step on the bag and end the inning. But 2 big runs for 518 has them now out in the lead 3-1. The 4th and the 5th, very kind to 518.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
I think this is a pinch hitter, is
Yep.
it not, Joe?
Yes.
This is Mr. Hodgins, is it? Ben Hodgins pinch hitting for Mosher. bottom of the 5th, and suddenly you're down to your final 9 outs, Joe, and Tom Eady. They look pretty good in this one, just up into the last 2 innings, and then all of a sudden it has switched sides for them. And Taylor DeGraw is pitching down in the bullpen for St. Thomas, and looks like he may be getting ready to come in. Strike down at the bottom of the zone. Gonzalez, Joe, certainly has gotten stronger here as we're moving into the middle late innings.
Yeah, really good control lately. Really taking his time, working good with Garolini back there.
Well, there's a base hit for Ben Hodgins. He gets aboard. Good pinch hit appearance and a good button pushed by Coach Tom Eady. And just like that, Hodgins will head back to the bench, and Tyler Mosher will make a reappearance. Love it when a plan comes together as a coach.
Just perfect.
Robbie Black was down on strikes in the 2nd. And we'll get back to the top of the shop with Mitch Roy in the gets the bunt down. Olheiser picks it up, the easy toss to first, and that's a good sacrifice bunt, Joe.
Yeah, really well done. Squared and pivot on the back foot, kept the bat level, put it down. Doesn't have to be fancy, just execute.
Well, it's good when your 9 batter can execute, as you say. It'll take us back to the top. Mitch Roy, and then Brian Johnson. Well, DeGraw is finished his warm-up down in the bullpen. We'll see if he makes an appearance coming out for the 6th. But some business to take care of still here in the bottom of the 5th.
St. Thomas would love to pick up that run.
Yeah, you want to get one back here as quick as you could.
You got 2 chances and you're at the top of the order.
A flare out to left. Rutt ranges over for it, and no tag from Mosher.
.84 pitches so far for Martin Gonzalez on the team 518.
Can't catch up with that one. 75. Rise ball on the outside corner. Brian Johnson down on strikes in the 1st, grounded out to 3rd to Olheiser in the middle of the 3rd inning. And there's a strike down in the bottom of it. That's a good location too for Martin Gonzalez.
Won't hurt you down there.
Just on the foul side of the line, but you can see clearly, even from our vantage point, that Olheiser had reached across the line. He was just, when you look at his alignment of the glove with the bag, definitely, and you'll see it here on the replay, definitely you see him reach across, without a doubt, a foul ball.
Good call by home plate umpire Eric Bodden.
Thought about chasing after that one, be able to hold back. Gonzalez swings that arm. And a good cut there by Brian Johnson, fouls that one straight back. Well, it'll be a full count, Joe. 3-2. Good at bat. Good battle here by Brian Johnson with Martin Gonzalez. And great drop ball on the outside corner. Goes against type. Normally the rise ball pitcher, but in with the drop. Gets Johnson swinging, and that's a good fifth inning there for Martin Gonzalez. Closes the door on St. Thomas here through 5 complete. 5-1-8 out in front, 3-1. Alex Ballajon out here for the top of the 6th, Joe. 4th and the 5th, just a little bit rocky for Alex, but he's going to face Brock Rogie, Zach Shaw, and Matt Dickey for 5-1-8.
Andy Treese now playing right field for St. Thomas.
Boy, our good friend Andy Treese. I haven't seen Andy this year.
Probably holding out contract.
Andy's a father now, is he not?
Yes, he is.
In for a strike. Brock Rogie RBI single in the 4th to tie this game. Look to set the table for Shaw, Dickey, and brother Calder. And gets hit in the lead ankle, the foot maybe, but certainly no worse for wear as he trots down to first base. Well, he's having a laugh about it down there with our umpire, Sadgrove, but I don't know, man. Those hurt.
Yeah.
You get hit by a pitch, it hurts no matter where you get it. Unless you're wearing some of those arm guards that everybody's got on these days. Zach Shaw popped up to grab. Well, it looked like he wanted to go after that pitch, but able to hold back.
Real wide stance by Shaw.
Yeah, he'll just be picking up that foot, if at all. Show bunt, snap throw down to first, and safely back. Two and one here to Shaw. Well, Rogie up to second on the wild pitch, and Stafford had to push the umpire out of the way. I thought he was going to have to push Zach Shaw out of the way too, but Zach Shaw's a pretty big lad.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets pushed around too much anywhere. That one misses down low. And Baller Jean just struggling a little bit here, Joe, in the fourth and the fifth and now into the sixth. The hit by pitch and a walk. And St. Thomas had DeGraw up warming, but right now it's just an infield meeting. At this point, certainly looking like it's going to be Baller John's game.
Yeah, he just seemed to lose a little bit of pepper last couple innings. Had a great start the first three. Had struggled a bit with the walks, but found it in the second inning, and second and third.
Dickey squares and bunts this one foul.
Bayer-Jean with 79 pitches so far in the game.
Dickey squares. That one's off the plate and a fair ball down to first. Stafford makes the out, but what a bunt.
Yes.
Joe. Literally bounced it off the plate. So two runners in scoring position after the sacrifice bunt by Dickey, and Calder Rogie singled, scored in the fifth, and coming around to the part of the lineup, Joe, that did the damage an inning earlier.
Yeah, you're back up to the top of the order. And that'll be the fourth time that they've seen Bayer-Jean.
Well, can't hold up there, Rogie. You almost need a strikeout here.
Yeah,
at this
big
point.
K. Big special K.
Well, it gets him to chase the drop ball off the outside corner. So advantage to Alice Baller-Jean here. Just misses on that inside drop. Baller-Jean rocks on the board and gets Rogie to go around. That's a big strikeout that we talked about him needing in that spot. Top of the shop, Dustin Rutt.
8 strikeout for Bayer-Jean.
Dustin walked, got as far as third way back in the first. Went down looking in the third, and then hit a nice sack bunt in the fifth. Gets him to chase the rise ball. Baller trying to work out of this jam here in the sixth and keep this deficit to just 2 runs. You can contend with 2.
Yeah.
So you're bleeping your blast territory,
Yeah.
but you get into a 3 or a 4 run deficit, it gets to be a little more challenging.
Yeah. A little surmountable.
Baller Jean will take the ball on the glove. And just off the outside corner, ball 4. Will load the bases, Joe. Not what he wanted to do. Greg Musk.
6 walks and 1 hit batsman.
There's a lot of free bases.
Yes. You put those on base hit paths, and that's 2 runs.
And that one misses down and away. Musk, strikeout swinging, strikeout looking, and then popped up to third, but that was that adventure play by Paul Grasby over in foul territory where just about overran it. Had to reach back as far as the arm would go. And falling behind 2-0 to Musk. And make it 3-0. And this is an inning here that's threatening to get away from Alex Ballerjean. Got to come with your best pitch. Right at the top of the zone. You got to do that 2 more times.
Yeah. And they got to be special pitches on a corner.
Popped up. That's going to get out of play. So we'll go to a full count. And Ballerjean a pitch away from getting out of it. And conversely, Greg Musk. You got to be ready to go, but not always around the strike zone either.
No. You got to be aggressive at the plate. Don't look for the walk. Look for the hit.
Great philosophy. But ball 4 and not close either, Joe. A bases loaded walk for Greg Musk, and that'll make it 4-1 as Brock Rogie comes on. That's the hit by pitch too, so that comes back to haunt Alex Ballerjean and the St. Thomas Elgins. Juan Garolini has hit the ball hard twice in his last 2 at-bats. An RBI single in the 5th. Goes hard after this one.
Nice little rise ball still.
One ball, 1 strike.
Ballerjean's now touched the 100 mark. 102.
Zach Shaw is out at third base. Dustin Rutt up at second. Greg Musk at first. And Garolini pulls that one right into the fence of the dugout. That's getting around on it and then some. Just a reminder, coming up at the conclusion of this one will be our opening ceremonies. Scheduled 5 p.m. Eastern Time start. Lifted up to center. Couple steps back, couple more steps back. And finally, tracking that one down in center field, Mitch Roy. And Joe, we talked about that breeze blowing out to center field. Definitely coming into effect there. Team 518, they'll leave the bases loaded, but they'll score one, an important one, and they'll take a 4-1 lead. We'll go to the home half of the sixth. Team 518 just looking to get outs from here on.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
Well, 3-4-5, Joe Todd for the St. Thomas Elgins. Paul Grasby, Randy Gray, Brady Stafford. Down to their final 6 outs for the Elgins, and it's been pretty quiet for the team from St. Thomas. A walk in the third, 3 up, 3 down in the fourth, a single in the fifth, but they haven't been able to bunch anything together since the second. Really, that's been the only time they've gotten to Martin Gonzalez with that single run in the second inning.
Yeah, Martin Gonzalez has really controlled this whole game. Really worked on his pitches, and he had a little tough start in that second inning, but recovered. And now has found his groove.
And going back out to the dugout, or sorry, to the bullpen for St. Thomas, that's Taylor DeGraw again. This one hits Paul Grasby. He caught him up on the elbow. I don't know if he did a whole lot to get out of the way of it, but it's a hit by pitch. Here's the pitch here from Gonzalez, and yeah, just grazed him, I think, not much. Garolini is asking, you sure? Really?
Bleachers in center field are starting to get some crowd.
Yeah, a couple people populating the stands out there. In for a strike to Randy Gray. Again, this is a local team, St. Thomas. They're just, you don't know the geography. They are 30 or so kilometers down the road from where we are here in Chippewa-on-the-Thames, just outside of Melbourne.
St. Thomas is still a good basketball town. They love the game out there. A couple years ago, we had the OCC in Fingal, just on the outskirts of St. Thomas.
We got a couple of really nice diamonds in Fingal, which, as you said, is kind of a bedroom community for St. Thomas. Randy Gray reaches out and pokes that foul. Unfortunately, both of them are under construction, or they might have been considered as alternate diamonds should we get weather for 5 and 6. So we wouldn't be going there in the event of inclement weather. That one misses.
That's a swear word, Blair.
Well, that's why I said in the event of. I'm hoping that we got it all out of the way on Friday. Chop foul by Gray. Well, some good hands over there by Tom Eady. Did you see that? He waited for the ricochet off. See, that's a veteran move, Joe. You don't go play it on the short hop. You wait for the ricochet off the fence.
Not his first rodeo.
No. He might be on the DL now for 6 weeks, having to bend over to get that a little bit. Poked right back up the middle by Randy Gray, and he's aboard with a base hit. Very deliberate with that one, Joe. You could just see he just wanted to get the ball and play that entire at bat. He never did take a full swing.
Yeah, he just choked up a bit and wanted to get the bat on and a nice level swing.
And that's one of Randy's, who's the bat boy for the St. Thomas Elgins, and he'll give way for a pinch runner. That is number 14, Matt McCallum. I think we know whose family he belongs to.
Who do you think?
Well, Mark and...
I don't think so, no, because Mark had 3 girls.
Well, you seem to know all the kids, so...
Well, Mark played on my ball team for a couple years. Drove down from the Belmont area.
Did he? That's a hike.
Yep. The years that he was with CPR, and then he won games in the week.
I'll have to look for Sean Winship here this week. He lives in the London area.
Sean lives in Mount Bridges, which is 15 minutes that way.
Poked out to center. That's going to get over the head of the center fielder. Grasby scores. And we got a 3-2 ball game. Greg Musk couldn't track that one down out in the center. And not saying it's wind-aided, Joe, but it's certainly playing to the benefit of any ball hit out to center field. And St. Thomas, a little rally here in the 6th.
Still nobody out.
McCallum went over to third on the play. Stafford at second on the double. Tyler Annette, he's hit the ball well twice, Joe.
Brady, I got
Slashed that single through the 5.5 hole back in the 2nd inning, and then a deepish fly ball to left in the 4th. Right down the middle for strike 1.
This is the big chance here for St. Thomas. You're only going to have so many chances. You can't leave runners on base.
No, this is the ball game here.
Yep.
In for a strike, and it taking again all the way. A couple of murmurs from the umpires in the crowd.
We got lots of umpires here. Only one gets paid.
Definitely pro St. Thomas crowd here. That one's down and away. Joe, I'm just watching on the scoreboard, 8-4 now for the Northeast Drillers, so they've more than erased that lead that Oswego and Redmond were enjoying. And it pops this one foul out of play on the left side. Okay, we're not supposed to be doing this, waiting for the ball to be coming in. Absolutely not. Sorry, audience, I'm a little PO'd on this because we covered this multiple times, and these umpires are not supposed to be letting this happen.
Discussion with Mr. Lamb.
Well, I think that's Randy up there too, but that will be noted. Little chopper on the infield, and they come to the plate, and now they've got Stafford hung up at second. He's pointing to Annette to get to second base, but Annette didn't take the verbal cue there, and Stafford is tagged out. Annette's got to get to second on that play.
Yeah.
He can't stop.
Yeah, Brady sacrificed himself. Oh, 3 to 2 to 5 to 6.
Fielder's choice for Annette, and we're just going to erase Brady Stafford over there. You can remember what that play was, 3 to 2 to 5 to 6, the very popular one. Misses downstairs. So Troy Cook at the dish. Troy had the RBI single in the second. Opportunity to tie it here for St. Thomas. Good cut, but fouled it back to the screen. Interesting play by Cisco Sabate to come to the plate. He was coming right away to the plate too, and really broke.
No.
Downstairs, misses again. And they've gone with the drop ball, Joe, really a lot more often here
lately
in this jam. Right? Like they've been getting guys to chase that rise ball up and out of the zone earlier in the game, but gone down to the drop ball here. And that one is a bleeder on the infield and no chance to get anybody. St. Thomas ties the game on an infield single by Troy Cook. Calder Rogie did a good job to keep that on the infield, but Annette was already at the bag by the time the throw arrived.
Just a slow dribbler that he had to, I don't think charging it would have helped either.
He had to go get it because it was off to his right. So tie ball game. Tyler Mosher, they've already pinch hit for him, so he can't, unless you're taking him out of the game, you can't pinch hit again there.
Isn't it 4-3 Blair for 518?
Oh, sorry, you're right, 4-3. I'd forgotten the fourth run they got. You're right. Well, and how important is that fourth run right now, too, right? We did talk about it. The 2 runs, not as hard to overcome, but you're right. They did get that run in the 6th. In for a strike.
Got a hit of your number 8 batter here for St. Thomas. Could even it up.
Just off the outside corner. Oh, Garolini. You could just see the slump in the shoulders that he didn't get that call.
Doing a little sales pitch here.
Chases upstairs. There's the rise ball. Came back to it. And he gets Mosher to chase up. So Robbie Black down on strikes in the second. A real nice sack bunt in the fifth.
8 strikeout for Martin Gonzalez.
And late on that one is Robbie Black. Tyler Annette is out at second base. Troy Cook is at first.
Big gap between third and shortstop right there.
Yeah, guarding the line is Fetty Olheiser. Certainly hasn't gone to the Nick Shales school of third base defense.
No. With 2 out, Calder Rogi's playing very deep and shortstop. Gives him that extra step to make that out.
He's been deep like that, Joe, most of the game. I did notice that a couple of batters back, he was in, to your point. With 2 out, he's further back. And that one misses off the plate. You surprised they just haven't gone with the rise ball here a little bit more?
Yeah, I know it was working for him. So and you're down to the number 9 batter. Should be the weaker part of your order.
Tried to go to that rise on the outside corner, but that's a nibble.
Yeah.
And I hear you. I mean, you don't want to leave anything flat over the plate, and maybe they feel like the rise right now isn't jumping like it was earlier in the game. Because down here, he picked up 4 or 5 strikeouts getting guys to chase. There's the rise.
There's the rise.
Does get
That's
him to
the
chase there, yeah. So St. Thomas score 2. They draw closer, but that insurance run that 518 potted in the top of the 6th still looms pretty large here. We'll go to the 7th. Good ball game here.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program. Well, top of the 7th, and a new pitcher for the St. Thomas Elgins, Taylor DeGraw
is on in relief of Alex Balerjan. Balerjan goes 6. Joe gives up the 4 runs.
4 runs on 4 hits. It was the walks that hurt him.
Fetty Olheiser will lead off for 5-1-8. Taylor DeGraw pitches locally for Alvinston down here in the South Middlesex League. Joe, I've actually not seen him pitch in person.
Yeah, no, he's quite good. I think he played in the OCC a year ago, maybe, in the Fingal game.
Deep,
Oh.
and that eludes the right fielder. Olheiser in with a second base, or with a double. Into second base. Troy Cook couldn't track that one down. That was a mile high. And maybe he's looking into that sun a little bit, and you throw in some wind, and that's a real difficult play out there for Cook. You see him trying to go back and sideways at the same time. So Olheiser greets DeGraw with a double, and 5-1-8 trying to answer back here in the top of the 7th with a couple of runs maybe of their own.
And St. Thomas wants to shut the door. Want to give themselves a chance.
Just misses off the outside corner. Taylor about 6'1", 6'2" in the circle. Got those long limbs, and you get the big push off the board. Skips this one in. And gets a strike there on the outside corner. Cisco Sabate, then Brock Rogie, and Zach Shaw. And Sabate, the veteran, works the walk. So, Joe, not the way if you're Taylor DeGraw, you wanted things to go here coming into this one.
Yeah, you want to come in and throw strikes and shut them down. Let your defense work behind you. There is no defense for a walk.
Rogie hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. That's the go-ahead run right now. So Northeast Drillers, Joe, winners over the Oswegan Redmen. Rogie drills it. Center field and over the bleachers. Wow. A 3-run shot here in the top of the 7th. A no-doubter off the bat of Brock Rogie.
Solid punch.
He'll work his way through the handshake line. 292, 90 miles an hour exit velo. That was a boomer, Joe. And we talked about 5-1-8 wanting to get an insurance run. How about 3 of them?
Yes. Martin Gonzalez has a nice smile on his face coming out to congratulate Rogie.
Yeah, well, his life just got a little bit easier. That's 4 RBIs on the game for Brock Rogie. 2 for 3 hit by a pitch, 2 runs scored, and 4 RBIs with a home run. Not a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Shaw, pair of walks today. And there's a good changeup from DeGraw. And waves over the top of that one. So DeGraw comes back with a strikeout. Matt Dickey had a real good sack bunt in the 6th. Ricocheted off the plate. This one skipped in by DeGraw. He looks down at his hand, clearly lost the grip on it. Joe, off in the distance, I am seeing some teams starting to assemble as we're getting a little bit closer to our opening ceremonies coming up at the conclusion. Pardon me, at the conclusion of this one.
It's always good. Stick around for that.
Yeah,
The camera will be staying up.
Yeah, well, we'll go down and then a separate broadcast,
Sure.
but we will have the opening ceremonies for you.
Got the drop working now.
Yeah, good.
Just a few pitches too late.
There's good location there from DeGraw. Can't find it consistently, though, and this is where both he and Ballerjan ran into trouble, Joe. Ballerjan in the later innings was good through the first three, wobbled in the fourth, and that one hard hit past the shortstop, and Matt Dickey is aboard for the first time today with a base hit. 5-1-8, waiting to the final inning to erupt.
Here we go.
Pinch hitter.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that is definitely not Calder Rogie. That is Cody Shaw. Apparently they grow them big in Shaw country. Real closed stance. That toe pointed in, although he's got it on the back of the box. But he's really got it pointed in, but he'll be stepping forward with the swing.
A little late on that one.
Yeah, can't get that one from DeGraw. Need a play here if you're St. Elgin to get out of this inning. This one fouled off to the screen. Just misses upstairs. And fouled to the screen. Boy, there's a lot of black on black uniforms. I'm just looking out to left field there. I'm just scanning across to see the teams as they're all getting into that left field neighborhood. They will all come onto the field here from that left field gate, but I see a lot of black on black. Up the middle, Cody Shaw with a pinch hit, base hit. 5-1-8 just moves the string along a little bit further.
Get out of here. Let's go.
So back to the top for Dustin Rutt. 5th plate appearance, Joe.
In 7 innings, not too bad.
That one skipped into Stafford, and he's probably thinking, I didn't need this in the top of the 7th inning. It feels like it's 30 degrees out with the heat and the humidity, and you get a 38.5 footer.
Cody's one of the catchers that wear a helmet too back there, which is probably making it even warmer.
Well, I think most guys are doing
Are they
that
doing
now
a helmet
with the
now?
Yeah, I think you pretty much have to.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anybody with the soft cap
Yeah.
back behind the plate these days.
Come on, man.
Pretty sure that's a rule, actually. Punched out to the
Oh.
left, but that
Heads
will
up for the crowd.
just get out of play. DeGraw really just is struggling to find the zone
Yeah.
here, isn't he? He's, I think, rattled perhaps a little bit by that 3-run home run. Came back with the strikeout on Zach Shaw, but this one is laced out to the gap, and Rutt is going to circle the bases, getting the wave home. Here comes Cody Shaw. He's going to rumble around and score, and a sliding triple is Dustin Rutt. 2 more runs across here for 518 as they run away with it here in the 7th.
Big punch there by Dustin Rutt. His first hit of the game, but got that gap between center and right field, driving in 2 runs.
Well, he's had 2 walks, a sac bunt, and a strikeout. So
put the ball in play, but
yeah. We've got, is it Medical coming onto the field, and I wonder if Mitch Roy maybe pulled something going after. Oh yeah, he's in some difficulty there. He's flexing out that right leg and maybe pulled something going after that ball, Joe.
Yep.
He's working on the calf, it looks like. Well, he's trying to walk it off, but that might not be the best idea.
No,
the way the
still a
Rockets
long
are.
week yet to play.
Well, yeah.
You got more games than this.
Well, he's trying to walk it off, but that might not be the best idea.
No,
the way the
still a
Rockets
long
are.
week yet to play.
Well, yeah.
You got more games than this.
And this one has gotten away from you, so
Yeah.
you.
I've been making a change. But
Yeah. Yeah, he's still working on that out there and that right leg. He's shaking it out, but he's going to have to gut it out here. And this one is drilled right out to him as the ball, as it always does, finds the guy who's either new in the game or is not feeling it. But Dustin Rutt trots home 6 runs in the inning. A 10-3 lead now for 518. In for a strike here to Greg Musk. That's Garolini, rather. He drills this one to deep right, and that one's gone. Garolini, a 2-run shot. Musk was aboard with the single, and now 518, Joe, just completely running away with this one.
Coach Tom Eady now going out to the mound.
Well, I don't know where you go from here if you are Coach Tom Eady. DeGraw clearly just didn't have it here today. Ballerjean is definitely out of gas. You've used Hodgkins.
Hodgkins in a pinch hit.
Yeah. So unless you're bringing Ballerjean back in, DeGraw's got to find a way to get 2 outs here somehow.
Thank you.
So Olheiser, he's had an adventurous day. In for a strike. Couple of walks, couple of base hits. 2 runs scored, an RBI, a stolen base. It's a pretty good afternoon.
Pretty good afternoon. Some guys might call that a good tournament.
And Down swinging here is Olheiser. And Joe, you get the feeling that maybe wasn't a whole lot of effort, let's just say, put into that particular at bat.
Yeah. Which is good. I think it
12. That was a
shows
12
the
to
class
3 at
act.
bat. Yeah, that was a 12 to 3 at bat. Cisco Sabate.
shows a lot of class.
In for a strike and taking all the way. And
Try and help yourself. Is that your son?
Cisco's second at bat in the inning. He walked and scored on the Brock Rogie home run. And fans here to end the inning. 5-1-8. Run away with it here in the top of the 7th inning. It's 12 to 3. They'll come out. Martin Gonzalez will need 3 outs. And then we'll get to the opening ceremonies. Who's going to be the best dressed team? Who will be the recipient of this year's Denny Bruckert Award? And what do we have in store for the opening ceremonies? Who's throwing out the first pitch? We'll find all that out and more over the next 45, 50 minutes. Stay with us here on Softball Premier TV. We got to wrap this one up first. Arturo Valdez will be the guy to do it.
Number 16, Mitch Roy.
Arturo Valdez will come on in relief of Martin Gonzalez. Strong game for Gonzalez. Joe got better, I thought, as the game went on. A little wobbled there in the 6th, but he's picked up a considerable number of strikeouts over the afternoon. And Valdez will be on to try and clean things up here in the 7th. It'll be the top of the order for the St. Thomas Elgins. Mitch Roy, Brian Johnson, Paul Grasby, the scheduled hitters. Out over the head, Mitch Roy is aboard with a leadoff single. Hit the ball hard a couple of times, has Mitch, and not a lot to show for it. He did walk back in the 3rd. Brian Johnson, a ground out sandwiched around, or in between a couple of strikeouts.
Pitching line for Martin Gonzalez, 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, 8 K, 3 walks, and 1 hit batsman.
Well, he really seemed to come through with those rise ball strikeouts to end that uprising in the 6th. Valdez, who's done some pitching for Mexico in the past. You see a few guys now, Joe, wearing that face guard.
Nick Need is the other one, I believe, still wearing it.
Yeah, Nick Need's got that on there. There's a couple of others, too. Oh, gosh, I'm struggling to remember who it was last night, but there was a guy, Isaiah Mayhill had one on last night as well. That one's fouled off in the screen. Now, if I was facing the Bear Creek Gremlins,
Yeah.
I'd want a suit of armor on. I'd be look like one of those slow pitch guys out there with the catcher's gear on when they're pitching. That's a stupid look. Fouled straight back to the screen. Good battle here, Brian Johnson. And this one skipped in.
Good pitch there by Valdez. Nice drop ball. Working that Gorilla Gold in the back pocket.
Jim Flanagan reports out that home run over the center field bleachers. Apparently there's a truck parked out there 30 feet beyond the bleachers and almost hit that.
Let's put that one in the 300 mark then.
Oh, it's got to be close. Yeah, that was a rocket off of the bat of Rogie. Brock Rogie got absolutely all of that. Swing and a miss. Valdez comes back and manages to get Brian Johnson on strikes for the first out here at the bottom of the 7th. Pinch hitter, I believe, Joe. That is Aaron Stocking. He's been around almost as long as you and I have.
Well, he's involved in a very familiar play. Remember the home plate? Was it Aaron, the runner at that time?
Jamie Shields.
Jamie Shields. That was
another guy from down this way.
Down this way, yeah.
Yeah. Upstairs from Valdez.
I don't know how many times I watched that replay. Trying to figure out. Okay.
Well, when we get all of the ads up and running and when we have a pitching change in the middle of an inning, you're going to see it again.
Yeah.
Just a little teaser there for you and the audience. Valdez struggling to find the zone here in the 7th. We started this one a little bit early, too. We're about the 2 hour and 20-minute mark, I think. And reaches back and blows this one right past Aaron Stocking. So St. Thomas down to their final out. Joe, this was a terrific ball game for 6 innings.
Yes.
And then just 5-1-8.
Yeah. The roof caved in there.
Yeah, they just ran away with it in the 7th. inside to Randy Gray. Randy, a base hit in the 6th, lined out to right field back in the 3rd. And snaps this one in for a strike.
Ooh. High rise ball got away.
Up to second will go Mitch Roy. Almost forgot about Mitch over there. Valdez trying to close things out. This is poked out to right center. That's going to reach the fence on a hop. Randy Gray will trot into second, and Mitch Roy will come around to score. So St. Thomas claws one back here in the 7th. And a well-hit double by Randy Gray.
Randy still gets his swings in the Tri-County League. Plays for the Intercape Eagles.
Yeah, and down here for the St. Thomas Storm.
Yes.
So first pitch popped up. That is down the line. Just going to go foul out of play. Stafford walked and scored in the 2nd, had an RBI double in the 6th. And comes with the changeup, Joe. A good one there from Arturo Valdez, and he gets Stafford out on the front foot. And chop foul at the plate. St. Thomas again down to their final strike. Valdez will try to clean this one up, and then we'll go to the opening ceremonies. Actually, Joe, this has actually kind of worked out well because we were going to have to wait a little bit for teams to get back here from Glencoe. And that should do it. A one hopper out to Rogie. That'll be the ball game. As we said, it was a real good one through 6. Team 518 put the foot on the gas in the 7th, and a 12-4 win for the team from Amsterdam, New York. We'll wrap up the first couple of games, or the first couple of cycles anyway, here on day 2. Make sure you stay with us for the opening ceremonies. They're going to be great. And then we'll come right back with the defending champions, the Hill United Chiefs, will be on this diamond following those opening ceremonies. Thanks for being with us. For Joe Todd, Blair Sedford, Luciano Lafrano, Carol Dreste, Isabella, we appreciate you being with us. Take care.